Arturia's Augmented Series are a range of different virtual instruments that promises high quality and mind-blowing sounds. Besides that, they offer pretty unique features for some designs, such as samples recorded with different articulations, different synth engines, great effects, and a big fat morph knob to transform one sound into another. All of that sounds nice, but on this video we'll check how good they really are, and also we'll address one big issue everyone noticed about these instruments. By the way, these videos take a lot of effort to make, so please consider giving it a like. So right now there are 4 instruments, all based on different types of orchestral, cinematic kind of sounds. We have strings, voices, pianos, and brasses. The difference between them is the collection of samples they offer, so most of the features are pretty much the same between each instrument. The main screen shows a big knob surrounded by smaller ones, and that's it. I believe this screen follows Arturia's logic of giving easy performance features. Basically, the morph knob will change from one sound to another, and the other macros are set to change different stuff like effects, the timbre, the color, movement, and so on. Now, to see how all of this actually works, let's go to the advanced options. As you see, we have 2 layers, and of course with the morph knob you change from one to the other. And I will show you how to program the morph knob in a minute. Both layers have 2 engines, and you can drag and drop them on different layers. The sampler engine is the one that offers the high quality, many articulation sounds for the specific instrument. And as you will hear, they sound really nice and expressive. Besides that, in this engine we get additional sounds, not necessarily related to the instrument. Each instrument offers 2 of these engines, and I really like that's not merely a sample, as they state that they recorded different articulations with different microphones on different chambers and intentions and so on. The other engines are the ones you can find on Pigments, Analog, Wavetable, Harmonic, a Simple Sampler, and Granular, so this other engine is like a mini Pigment. Every engine will have options specific to them, and also shared options like octaves, tuning, level, and so on. Finally, each layer has a filter which is shared by the engines in said layer. And to be honest, I would love to have filters per engine rather than layers, but that's not really a big issue. Now, as for limitations, you cannot import your own wavetables or samples, and the way you select different stuff is by clicking on the engine's name, and there you get a list of different options for sounds, waves, and presets for the analog and the harmonic engines. That's why you can also find the default. In the next tab we find the modulation, such as function, random, and keyboard expression, and you easily set it up by clicking on their visualization at the bottom. Of course, these modulators are really nice and the functions are really deep, so you will have many options to play with. Next up we find the arpeggiator. You can change the gate and velocity of each step, deactivate them. It also has a unique feature, which is the chord. This means that it will play all the notes you are holding at the same time. Not only that, you also have the options to set a chord, and then you can play that by pressing just one note. After that we have the effects. Each layer has 2 effects on series. We have a wide variety as with every latest synth by Arturia, and then all of that goes to the global effects. I gotta say, I would love to have more effect options, maybe something to glue both layers together or whatnot. But remember that the sound design of these instruments is better shown by using the different layers and make them interact with each other, which we are going to see on the macros. Because you will find all the parameters you can see on the main screen, so you can program a preset as you want and then just use it on the main screen. That means that the morph knob is not merely fading between each sound, but actually starts changing each sound as it's getting louder or quieter. Thanks to this macros screen is how you get more creative with the sound. So it's indeed a really interesting concept. I like a lot how the macros are thought so you can program different changes in a really versatile way. I would define these instruments to be all about movement and expression. Besides that, the sounds are really amazing. So honestly, I like a lot the Augmented Series, but also I kinda want to have all of these in just one synthesizer. I don't know if that's possible in terms of memory or processing power, but imagine Pigments having all of these high quality amazing sounds, and besides that also having a morph knob. How crazy will it be to be able to morph between different layers inside Pigments? Now, I mentioned at the beginning that these instruments have one issue that many have pointed out, and it's the CPU usage. To be fair, Arturia instruments are CPU heavy, but these beasts are really hungry. I got a fairly nice computer and they eat more CPU than other instruments also known to be heavy, and for instance when making music, here I have 5 instances of augmented instruments, and CPU usage goes almost to the half, and I'm on the maximum options for block size. So when making music with this, you might want to render the sounds you get to be able to use them on multiple occasions. So for my Veredict, I really like these instruments, they are really interesting and are amazing to make epic sounds. But of course you can use them to make any sound you want. So of course the invitation is that you try them, see if you like them, and also check if your CPU can handle them. Let me know in the comments what do you think about the augmented instruments. I will see you next time, and bye bye!